Excited?
Too much, eh?
Oh, wow. Sibonelo.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Hey.
How do you feel?
Yeah, no. I wasted all my energy this weekend.
Wasted all of your energy this weekend.
Yeah.
Did you go around? Must I go around?
Go around the shows, yeah.
You can mute my voice.
Mm.
Ngifushuthile ke son. Ngena sibone. Enter so we can see you.
No, it's still gonna go inside, Mama.
Enter.
Thank you very much, my brother. Big thank you for myself and the BMW Tiger Valley. Enjoy your new car. Many, many safe, happy miles. If there's anything you need, you give me a shout. All right? Cool. Cool. So I'm going to hand it over to Jason. He'll take you through the car.
What's up, guys? My name is Eugene. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'd like to talk about buying a car when you are self-employed. So last year in March or April, I lost my job when I was working for a travel company. Obviously, the pandemic affected the travel and tourism industry. That began my journey into self-employment. I have to say that was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I managed to triple my income from being self-employed compared to when I was employed. The only issues with this was it's harder to get finance from financial institution when it comes to buying cars or buying a house, for example. So today I'd just like to talk about the process I had to follow in order to buy my car. So earlier this year in April, I bought my first car, which is a BMW 330i, and then I bought that through finance. Basically, I had difficulty in getting finance from BMW Finance because of me being recently self-employed. But eventually I got funding with FNB or West Bank, which is the bank that I bank with in any case. So how I got this funding was I had to prove that I received like a consistent income. I had to prove where the income comes from. So initially I had set up a business account so that all of my invoices are paid into that business account, and then each month, at the end of the month, I would pay myself a salary from my business into my bank account to show that I receive a consistent salary each month. So if you are self-employed and you just submit your bank statements showing there's money coming into the account, apparently that is not enough to prove to the bank that you receive funds on a regular basis, because they say you could be receiving funds from anywhere. You can't prove where you're getting them from. You could be receiving funds from your parents or your friends and just returning it back to them. They can't prove that, so they needed to find like a source of income. So for me, what I did was I sent them 6 months worth of business statements. I sent them 3 months worth of my bank statements, and what I also sent them was proof of my contracts with the companies that I was working with as a business. So all my signed contracts and the amounts that I was getting paid per month were used as evidence of proving that I receive regular income. My credit record was pretty clean. My credit score was good. My credit score is like really good, but the only thing the only bad thing in my credit record was I had previously borrowed payday loans from wonga.com. Banks don't look at this favorably. So if you're looking to buy a house or or like get car finance, make sure like you don't borrow money from payday loan companies, because banks don't view these in a positive light. Except the Wonga.com, there was nothing else on my credit record that stood out, because I paid everything else on time. My credit card was paid up, all my other debts were paid up. So I only had to provide proof of income, as in my payslip, my business statements, and my contracts, and then I was able to get a loan with the bank. Yeah, so basically that was my process. It may be more difficult for other people. Like, it's important that when you are self-employed, that you open a business account to separate business expenses from personal expenses. It's important that you also get like an accountant to help with your taxes and to help create pay slips for you, so that whenever you are applying for anything, the process is easier. I'm currently working on creating documentation and financial statements so that I can be able to buy a house. When I was inquiring about getting a home loan, they told me I would need 2 years worth of business statements, and basically more information, because that is a bigger loan. Even though I don't think it's really a bigger loan, like my car and like, let's say a 2-bedroom flat in Cape Town cost the same amount, but it would be more difficult for me to get a home loan than it is to get a car loan. So basically, this is my second year in business, so hopefully by next year I'd be able to apply for a home loan, or else I would have to buy it out in cash, which would limit the types of houses or the types of apartments I could buy. I hope this video is helpful to someone out there. Cheers, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you get notified when I publish the next video.